Right this way, gentlemen. Nice suit.
Oh, don't worry. You'll get the bill from my tailor.
Good to see you. And you get a medical bill for the damage to my jaw.
Okay,
please,
gentlemen. Let's just let bygones be bygones and stick to the task at hand.
Good
please.
idea. Would you all like to sit?
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay, let's begin. The
We
primary...
feel
Excuse me. I believe I have the floor. Go ahead. The first issue on the table is custody. Mrs. Lewis must have sole custody of the children. So we've drawn up a visitation schedule, which I think is more than fair.
Wait. Come on. Now, Reva.
What?
You know that Olivia's moved out of the apartment, that she got her own place. The kids will no longer be subject to our private life.
I know that.
So what's the problem?
The problem is that Mrs. Lewis doesn't think you're setting a good example for the children.
I see.
Quite frankly, at this point, she doesn't trust your judgment.
Yeah, well, that street runs both ways. From what I've been told, Reva, your behavior recently has not exactly been stellar, has it?
Really? How so?
Why don't you tell us all how that door over there got broken?
I don't see what that has to do with anything that we're discussing here.
You tell them, or I will.
Noah broke it, so what?
And how did it happen?
It was an accident.
It was not an accident, Reva. Come on now. Her boyfriend busted through that door when they were in the middle of a fight this morning. My daughter witnessed the whole thing.
Oh, now that's not true. Mara came in after the argument was over.
Reva, stop splitting hairs here, all right? And stop with the double standard. Now, you think it's a bad thing that Mara walked in on me and Olivia making love. Well, I'll tell you something. I'll take my kids seeing two people loving each other as opposed to two people abusing each other. I'll take that any day of the week.
Abusing?
Yeah, that's the word.
Oh, please,
Abuse, Reva. Domestic violence. Oh. That's what you call it when two people are fighting and one of them breaks through a door because he wants to continue the argument. Now, you want to make this down and dirty? Is that what you want to do? You keep pushing the custody thing. Because if you try to take my kids away from me, Reva, I'm going to give you the fight of your life.
Threatening me
Why?
now?
Well, what are you going to do if it is a threat, Reva? What, are you going to punch me out? You're going to start breaking furniture?
You are blowing what happened this morning way out of proportion.
No more than you did with me and the bathtub incident. Why don't we just call it even and let it go?
Folks, please, this is not productive.
Vince is right, for once. Let's all take a deep breath, sit down, try to go through the agenda, see if we can get out of here before midnight. Agreed?
Agreed.
Fine.
Fine.
I'd like to move on to the business arrangement. I would like to start by saying...
Josh, please, as you know, Lewis Construction is a new company.
The age of the company is
Ernie,
irrelevant.
It is
care about
most
any of the-
relevant. Mr. Lewis founded the company after Mrs. Lewis and he were separated. She has no part in the formation of the business, therefore, financially no stake now or in the future.
Mrs. Lewis was a full partner in your client's previous company, Lewis Oil.
Solely for tax purposes.
She shared the profits. And she's listed the same way in the incorporation papers for Lewis Construction.
Ernie,
So, pro forma, she should retain the same rights.
But she didn't invest in the new enterprise, did she? The seed money came from Mr. Lewis and his brother. Your client can't expect to gain from their hard work if she never bore any of the risk.
Reva, this is not about money.
I know.
This is
it's
about
control.
Furthermore,
You know that
Lewis
Billy's
Construction
worried
is still in
about
the
that.
red.
It's only temporary.
Look, if you want
Lewis
me
will
to sign
turn a
over, I will
huge
sign
profit once he
anything over to
completes
you.
the Spalding Spire downtown. Undoubtedly, many more lucrative and high-profile businesses will follow. Mrs. Lewis should share in those proceeds.
She'll share in the form of alimony.
Not good enough.
Ernie, you're going to have to move on this because we're not budging.
Can we, get away from the business whole part of this and get to the house? Because Josh and I both agreed that the house...
Will be sold.
What?
And the proceeds split.
Whoa,
50.
wait a minute, wait a
Hell
minute.
it was. You know, my client was
What
promised
are you
this house free and clear.
That was before she wanted a piece of the business. If you think she's going to get a piece of the house and the business and the kids, you can forget it.
Oh, we're back to the kids again. That's what this is really about, isn't it, Mr. Russo? You think that if you threaten us hard with loss of income, that we're going to back off on the custody? Well, think again. We're not going to let two impressionable minors grow up under the influence of a pervert.
You want to talk about bad influence, Ernie? Take a closer look at home.
Look, if you're referring to the alleged argument between Mrs. Lewis and her boyfriend...
I'm talking about your client's history, counselor, her character, or should I say, lack thereof. No wonder you're worried about your daughter getting the wrong message about sex. I would be worried, too, if my nickname was the slut of Springfield.
No, no, easy. Hey, enough!
Influence. No bad influence.
Stop!
Cut it out.
Look, you are not going to handle anything because you are fired. You're fired. I have loved this woman most of my life. She's the mother of my children, and no one talks about her like that in my presence. You are fired.
He's fired. This is excellent. Now we can
Oh,
move on.
shut up. You're fired, too.
This is ridiculous.
No.
We're winning.
You know, and that's all that's important to the two of you, isn't it? You have two people here who are dealing with the worst ordeal of their lives and trying to maintain a little decency in the thing. Not to mention worried about what is best for our children, and all you care about are money signs. Well, you know what? You can take your legal whatever and get out of here. Just go.
Get out of here, too. Go.
Out.
Just go.
Whoa, that felt good.
Yes, it did. Of course, you realize where this leaves us.
Yeah. We're right back where we started. We,
Thank you.
probably should have thought a little bit more about this before we did what we did. And
Yeah. But it's goodbye Ernest, goodbye Vince, goodbye big fat retainer.
ooh, really? How much?
10 grand.
Really? How much?
10 grand.
Well, that must be the going rate. Same here. Cheers.
Oh, cheers. 20 grand and no divorce to show for it.
I guess maybe we'll have to start making phone calls first thing in the morning and get new attorneys, which I'm not looking forward to.
Maybe we won't have to.
Are you and Reva all right?
Well, we're trying to be.
Hello, Reva.
Hi, Ross.
From the tone of your phone call, I expected to find one or both of you dead.
Well, we possibly could be if we don't get this divorce settled.
Oh. Call your attorneys.
Actually, we don't have lawyers anymore, Ross.
We fired the bloodsuckers tonight. In fact, we wouldn't have had them in the first place if you had agreed to help us out.
Reva, I can't.
Oh, Ross, why not?
No,
Come on,
it is just
we're willing
too
to...
painful to be involved with the divorces of my friends, particularly you two.
Ross, if we're willing to work through all the details right here and now, tonight, the least you can do is stick around, make sure we get the legal stuff right. Come on.
We'll pay your fee. We're not asking for charity, although I probably should because I probably won't get the $10,000 back from the attorney that you referred me to.
This is a form of blackmail, you know?
Yes, it is, but we need you.
We'll get it all settled tonight. We promise.
You think if you do it fast, it'll be easier?
If we do it fast, it will be done. Please.
All right, I'll tell you what. I will do it if both of you swear to me that you absolutely want this divorce.
It's not so much a question of wanting as much as it is getting through the pain.
We just flat out cannot keep on going on like this, Ross. If nothing else, Reva's interest in the business has become a problem.
And we keep fighting about the kids, and unless we get some kind of structure that we've agreed on, we're going to end up killing each other and traumatizing the kids for the rest of their
I
lives.
hope you don't think that a piece of paper is going to stop the fights or alleviate the hurt and disappointment.
Well, it'll be a start, right? We just can't stay in this place. We have to move on, because if we don't, we'll never be free.
And Josh needs to feel free.
But you don't.
I didn't mean that the way it sounded. It's just that I can understand. I certainly can understand, you know, after everything that I've put you through this past year, not to mention this past period of time, that
Reva,
you would want...
You've taken your share of hits in the past. Don't make this all your fault. I don't.
Listen, I don't want to be a party to this.
No, Ross, please.
Come on, man. You got to help us out here, all right? We can't stay in one place any longer.
I mean, if we
You gotta
drag
help
this
us.
out, we're going to end up being nasty and bitter and ugly
That's
with
right.
each other.
We're trying to save some sense of a decent relationship here. Please, we need your help now.
Okay. Show me what you have, and we'll try and figure out the next step.